The storm had already decided the outcome, or so everyone believed. The rescue operation had failed, the equipment was damaged, and the last transmission from the trapped team had gone silent hours ago. Night was closing in, bringing freezing winds and a darkness that swallowed even the strongest beams of light. One by one, the senior officers stepped back, shaking their heads. "It's over," someone finally said, the words hanging heavy in the cold air. No one argued. The mountain had taken enough already. At the edge of the command tent stood Lieutenant Arya Khan, silent, watching. She wasn't the most experienced, she wasn't the highest ranking. In fact, most people barely noticed her presence, but she had been listening, watching the patterns of the storm, the last coordinates, the way the signal had faded, not disappeared completely. There was something no one else had caught. "They're still alive," she said quietly. No one responded at first. Then a few turned, more annoyed than hopeful. One officer sighed. "Lieutenant, we've done everything we can." Arya stepped forward, her voice firmer now. "No, we followed the expected route, but if the avalanche pushed them east instead of south," she pointed to a rough map. "There's a narrow ridge here. It's dangerous, but it's the only place the signal could still bounce from." A few exchanged doubtful glances. "That path is too risky," someone said. "We'd lose more people." "Or we save them," Arya replied. Silence fell again, heavier this time, the kind that comes when logic and hope collide. Without waiting for permission, Arya began preparing her gear. The sound of metal clicking into place broke the stillness. One of the rescuers stepped forward. "If you're going, you're not going alone." Another joined, then another. Minutes later, a small team set out into the storm, led not by rank, but by conviction. The wind howled as they climbed, each step a battle against ice and gravity. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. More than once, someone slipped. More than once, they nearly turned back. But Arya kept moving, guided by something deeper than instruments, by instinct, by belief, by the faint memory of that signal. Then, just as doubt began to creep in, a sound cut through the wind. A faint knock. Everyone froze. "Did you hear that?" someone whispered. Arya nodded and moved forward, dropping to her knees, brushing snow away with frantic urgency. Beneath the ice, metal, twisted, buried, but unmistakable. "They're here!" The team sprang into action, digging, calling out, working against time and freezing temperatures. Minutes felt like hours, but then movement. A hand, weak, trembling, but alive. One by one, they pulled the survivors out. Back at base, when the rescue team returned, the same officers who had declared it over stood speechless, frost-covered, exhausted, but alive. The missing team had been brought back. And at the front of it all was Arya. No speeches followed, no grand recognition in that moment, just quiet understanding. They had been ready to give up. She wasn't. Because when everyone else saw the end, one woman saw a chance. And that made all the difference.